Please give a round of applause for Tero about OpenShift. Sorry, you do need this, especially if you want to do some live coding.
I'm very glad that I'm the second one because I don't have to now explain the containers. So that's easy for me. And we also have the same kind of secrets concept. I have a couple of slides. I'm going to talk about API deployments and pipelines, build pipelines. I work as a specialist solution architect at Red Hat, specialized on OpenShift. And yeah, that's about the slides. I need to set up something because we need to have the demo. I have an OpenShift container platform running on Amazon. Install it today, and I have a project here for this demo. And now only thing that I have running already is the Jenkins, because we are talking about pipelines. I need to have something to run those pipelines, and I have it 2 pods running the Jenkins pipeline, but I need to have some application. I have a splendid application that just insults you. It's basically application that creates insults, and it's here in the Git. Can you see the is large enough? It basically, there is no database here. It just has huge amount of text, and it creates insults based on those. But I want this application from Git. It's just ordinary Maven-based Java application. I want to put it running. So I add this new content to my project. I have a couple of templates here that I'm going to use in ERP7, our flagship product. So I'll be using it, and I give it the name as insults backend, and give a Git URL. Should work. Of course, it should work. Now it's building it. It's a Maven project. So
can you zoom in a little?
Yeah, it will. Okay. Okay. It was rather fast. It's pushing the image. Now it's built. It's going to push the image to the OpenShift internal Docker registry. And okay, I have it running now. It's telling me that it seems that it's running, but if I access it, it's not there. Because it's an application server, it takes time to boot. If I check it here, probably it's still booting up. So during that time, I will give it a health check, so that the platform will start forwarding request. Do it only when it's actually running. This is a Kubernetes feature that's running under the OpenShift, and now I save it. Now it doesn't anymore tell me that you must add a RNS probe. Now I changed actually the configuration of the application, so it's going to redeploy. But now it doesn't start to. It waits for the health check so that it actually is running. So I have here. No, this is the front one. Okay, now it's running. So it's actually there running on one pod. And now I don't want to always just want to manually do this stuff. So first I modify the build so that it's not always, it's an incremental build. I modify the, sorry, wrong button. I modify the configuration so that, again, so that it is, everything here in OpenShift is YAML based, but I'm going to change, it's going to be incremental. Otherwise we have to wait a lot of time always when I do a continuous deployment. I will save it. And now I have it here, but I want to do a rapid deployment, so I'm going to get the environment info about it, and I have here in the builds, I have a webhook. I will add this webhook to my backend project. So this is the project. You can freely fork it if you would like to have a nice application. If you want, create a webhook. I have one here. Just delete it. No. No. I can't remember my password. Let's take a small break. Yeah, it worked. Back in business, I hope. Yeah. Yeah. Gonna add a webhook. I didn't create a proper certificate, so I'm going to disable SL verification. I can easily do that if I want. And then I just add this webhook. Now, if I make a modification to this application, webhook will automatically send a request to the OpenShift platform and start to deploy. I have a nice version control. I have this one file that has the version number in there. So I will do a major upgrade to version 3. Commit the changes. If we go back here, overview, I have a new build coming here. It shouldn't, it's set, it just clones the kit and then it actually now uses the incremental build, so it should be rather fast. And it's already, it has already pushed the first 3 layers and now it's done. Now it's doing the deployment, and if we check here, I shouldn't have break because it should wait that the application server is fully running before it starts redirecting. And probably I will not have. Yeah, now it's running the most recent version. And now it's there. But now I need to have some pipelines, yes. Okay, I'm gonna add new item. It's called build config, and that build config is based on pipeline. It's Jenkins pipeline. I have it here. This is just an YAM file that has the actual pipeline. I will display it to you later. Yes, let's replace it. And now if we go here, I will remove this because it's messing things up. Now let's go back to the pipelines. This is the old pipeline. It has been actually running. But if we edit the pipeline, you can see it's very simple. It uses OpenShift plugin in Jenkins so that I can define stages and then start OpenShift build, start OpenShift deploy, and scale it to 2 pods. And if I start the build, hope my Jenkins is nice today because it has been crashing, and you might not see the nice green lines there because the stage. There is an OpenShift sync plugin that actually syncs the information between OpenShift and Jenkins. I don't want to open now the actual Jenkins file, Jenkins site, because it might break. But if I go to I'm now using the OpenShift command line tools. I'll go to the project. If I now check the pods I have here, Maven pod running, so actually Jenkins used Kubernetes to kick up a new pod to doing the build. And if you go back, now it's built. Next, it's deploying it, and after it's deployed, it should scale it to 2. Let's check what happens. Yeah, now it's deployed, and now it should scale it because the last stage was scaled to 2. And now, if I check this, I should have starting to have 2 different IPs. Actually, it's the same version because I didn't do any changes. Now, if I want to start this build pipeline based on Git, I can also have a different Git hook URL. I can put it to the Git, and then so that when I do a commit, it starts this pipeline. Now it starts the other build. But now I have 2 IPs, and if you can see, they are in different availability zone. So the 0 and 5, they are in different availability zones in the Amazon. I can scale it up if I want. But now about I should speak something about the AP deployments also. So this is just the backend. This creates the insults, but it basically check does it. Yeah, it works. It creates an insult. Yeah. But now I have a front end. Very nice front end application. It's just a plain HTML. So with a JavaScript also. I use PHP for that. It's just basically Apache with PHP. And set a name. Now and then use my cheat sheet to take the. Okay, I don't have it here. Then I use the front end. As you can see, it's a very, very simple application. And start an application based on this. Now I can also start this one. There is nothing now, service unavailable. It basically created the root, but there is nothing basically. I have the front end here. Let's group these services because it's nice that they are basically grouped. Backend, okay, backend is in wrong side, but yeah. Now I have, I'm live. What it actually does, this is very, very nice. Where is my front-end root? I can't group them because otherwise I will miss the root. Okay, hey, it will use the backend and create an insult. These are very nice. But now, the AP deployments. This is nice, it's simple, it works. there is nothing fancy that's going to hide the ugly functionality that there's behind. But now, let's just and go back to the I have the applications here. It's very simple. And now just create a new branch so that we can actually some nice and smooth stuff. It shouldn't be there. Okay. Yep. Now a new branch, but I have to do some modifications. Now I'm in that branch, so much style sheet and stuff. This is very nice. Copy pasting is not working. Yeah. And now it's much there you can actually see the backend URL. It's much nicer now. And now check that we have these two changes. This is my favorite commit always. And now I push it. It's going to the smooth branch. So now I want to test it. I have this front end running, actually ended. Now I have this front end here. Okay, new application. So let the users test which is the better one. I use the same template, the PHP, and smooth, yeah. And now I use the same GitHub URL because it's the same project. But now I take the different and now I just create this. So if it works, it should take, yeah, it found them. Here is my nice commit message. And now actually I have it here, maybe running soon. Yes, no. Maybe the S3 service is slow because there is S3 service behind the Docker register, so be patient. So there is the first one, and the second one is now coming up. Okay, now I have two services. So you know about AP deployment? Anyone who knows? Olli knows? Yeah. So you have basically same URL, two different versions. So I'll take this because all these services are exposed based on routes. So I take the actual first route, I modify it, and I just add another service behind it. Let's put 50/50. Okay, 50/50, two different services. It looks very nice also in here. Now, okay, this is sticky session. It will go there. Let's wait. The other one. No, nothing is going there. Everything is going to the first one. Maybe this is the demo effect. Yeah, you can actually try it with the URL. Now there is bottom you can. So I have exactly the same URL. I just now The user can decide which is the better. But it uses the HA proxy uses sticky session, so it took some time. If you want, you can try that URL, check which version you get. Nobody. Hey, take your phones, try it. How much time do I have?
4 minutes.
Okay. You can test that. I have still one pipeline example. It probably will not work, so that's why it's the last one. I think that this is O, not 0.
The nice one. Yeah, it's O.
Ah, you got the nice one. Yeah, yeah. Which we like better? It's the problem is probably with the user, not the application. Yeah.
You have 1 minute left.
Yeah.
That's including questions.
Nice. But I can fit fast. Now I go back to my application. I just have this project, add to the project. New build pipeline. I have this already here. This is a bit more. It's a lot of stuff. Hope it works because it's nice. It's created. Nothing red. Should work. I have the pipeline here. And let's start it. Hope it works. It will basically, the Jenkins will do the git clone. It will build the Maven project, have a var file, and then do a static analysis. So basically, and run unit test, do static analysis with SonarQube, and then create an application based on that. And if everything goes nice and smooth, it waits for it waits your input. So is it okay? Can I promote this to the staging environment? So this, it's now building. I don't want to see the logs because it might break it, but this is rather nice. Now it's basically doing test and analysis. I can actually go here and check. I have SonarQube running here. So do I pass? Yes, I passed. Yeah, there are 3 bugs. It's 90. I think that it's 92 lines of code, and I have 3 bugs, so not bad. Yeah, 93 lines of code. Yeah, but it did this, and then where was I? There, and the pipeline. No, unless something broke. Let's hope that this works so that I can actually see the I will check the Jenkins password. I have seen some half an hour about how password should be passed to the yeah, and this was the correct way, I think. Yeah. No, Jenkins not my friend today. But thank you. It didn't work. It was nice, but it didn't work.
Yeah, a round of applause anyway for Tero. Any questions for Tero? Since this is like all running in like separate runtimes, you have less of the security issue, right?
No. Basically, it's not plain Docker. It has the Kubernetes on top of it, and then there is it's running on Rail. There is SE Linux on top of there, so it's basically the OpenShift platform is taking care of a lot of the security considerations. Getting logs out, you cannot run images as root, and the secrets concept and stuff like that. So you don't have to figure out those self. It's taken care by the application.
So this is taken care of. This is like using the real container services instead of like the OpenShift PaaS model.
Yeah, this is basically the same. This is the OpenShift PaaS model. It's running on public cloud, so. It's as secure as you create your application secure, basically. So if you just create flawed applications, it's not going to help you.
But this is like using code changes as a trigger to build new containers and deploy it.
Yeah.
But what now if there's like a new patch level for the OS available?
Basically,
how does that work?
It's working so that
Because I want the same thing. I want also when there's like an OS update available, I want to patch
if
it
I take
automatically,
this-
run all the tests, and when it's
if I-
running fine,
if
deploy
I
it.
take this, I have these images. Basically has been run, and every image is every application is based on build image and source code. And the build image is usually based on, there is some first line is from Rail 7. If Rail 7 changes, the build image changes, then applications will be automatically deployed with the new version. There's an image trigger, so it actually listens to image changes, and if you have configured so, you have a security patch, your application will be automatically deployed when the image changes. And when I create this new, I just create one quick new application. And so advanced here, a deployment when images are available, and they here automatically when new image when the builder image changes. So everything is based on builder image. That can be your own company's enterprise build image. When it changes, everything based on that will be redeployed if needed.
Okay, very nice. Thank you. Any other questions from the crowd? Yeah.
Hey, I have a couple questions. The first is there like a micro image of Redshift, a Linux copy that's very small that is more backward friendly?
I can basically this is installed on top of Rail, but I can run it on Atomic Host, which is basically only for running containers. There is nothing else. You cannot upgrade anything.
But for the container itself?
No, it's a Rail. Yeah, but you can run.
How big is that?
Let's check. Yeah. No. It's can't remember the name. Yeah. These are all based on the front end. This is back end. It has the JBoss EAP. It's rather big, but these are based on. But it's just the plain Rail image.
Okay. And then a lot of the configuration, like as you're going through your demo, a lot of that's getting sort of stored in OpenShift. Right?
Yeah.
Is there a way to do configuration as code so that you don't do any of that on that
I
side?
can do everything on the command line with the OC command.
But can you do it not as a command line, but where it's actually part of your repo? Like in the same way as like the Kubernetes YAML is
basically
part of the repo?
Every configuration I can just put in a Git URL there and they get the configuration there.
Okay, so you can do it
yeah.
directly in there.
Yeah, and it can, if I have an image, I can have an image as a Docker file, and it can build it. So everything can be from, like a Jenkins build file can be from source control, but also everything. I just create. I can have a syntax like this: or I create file and then absolute URL to the Git. Yeah,
Okay.
and that works.
Thanks.
Final question before we go to the soup. Beautiful soup. Lovely soup. Okay, then soup it is. Please another round of applause for Tero.
Thank you.
And I hope to see you all back for the last 3 presentations of the day from Maxims, Dragan, and from Volko. So hope to see you back in half an hour.